Black women are not so masculine, and they're the only masculine and aggressive women on this planet.
This is the reason why men don't want to date black women. If you're watching this and you're a black woman, listen carefully, okay? It's not racism. I'm not racist. My friends aren't racist. I'm speaking for all men. They're not racist, right? It's nothing to do with racism. It's to do with being masculine and aggressive.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always coming around. Guys, today's video we're just going to go straight to the point. Today we are going to be seeing reasons why white men don't like to date black women. If you are black, this is not a racism. This is nothing. Let's just hear from the men perspectives. Let's just hear from what they have to say about it. The main reason, the real reason why men, let me just say men in general, let me not generalize it like white men. Let me just say men in general, why they don't like to date black women with masculine, let's just see the real reason. Let's hear from them.
This is the reason why men don't want to date black women. If you're watching this and you're a black woman, listen carefully, okay? It's not racism. I'm not racist. My friends aren't racist. I'm speaking for all men. They're not racist, right? It's nothing to do with racism. It's to do with being masculine and aggressive. No guy wants to date a woman who's so masculine and aggressive. The average woman, the black American woman, is 180 pounds. Man's coming like Israel Adesanya, middleweight UFC champion. I don't want to date Israel Adesanya. 180 pounds. That's average. That's crazy, meaning more than half of the black American women are above 180. They're coming like Brock Lesnar. And the problem is they're looking up to people like Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion. Cardi B has literally been on interview saying multiple times how she's drugged people, stole their money, done all these horrible things. And you have all these black women saying she's a queen, she's a queen. The problem with so many of these black women is they're so fat and bulky, right? And they're...
Hold on, let me say this real quick, because I seen this on a Fresh and Fit last night, and this is so fucking wrong. Black women are not so masculine, and they're the only masculine and aggressive women on this planet. That is so fucking, bro. It's crazy. I don't understand this shit, dude. Dude, as someone who's half white, Italian, Sicilian to be specific, bro, all of the women in my family are masculine as fuck. As someone who dated mostly all white Latinas, bro, they're all masculine as fuck. I can't tell them shit. I'll never listen to those men. Nino, you don't tell me what to do. Nino, I don't need you. That's what they all be saying. It has nothing to do with black women, bro. Stop disrespecting black women, because I'm half black, bro. And I have black sisters. That's a fact. And my sisters are not super masculine. Like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Y'all are fucking racist, dude. And man, you gotta talk about that shit. Real talk.
Why most men do not like a woman that carries a strong masculine energy. Firstly, they grew up with a single parent. They grew up with a mother that had to be both masculine and feminine, and it has confused their nervous system and the way that they see the world and the way that they intimately relate. This is not blaming mothers. This is not blaming fathers. This is often a byproduct of a single parent family where often that little boy goes with the mother. Number two, the man feels inadequate within himself. He has not connected to his own sense of healthy masculinity, and maybe he is in his shadow masculine. So anyone, even another man, especially a woman in a romantic partnership, is going to be a threat to him. He is not going to like it, and he will retaliate, often in his shadow masculine. Now, the man that has done his work and is in his healthy masculine, it's not that he doesn't like a woman who is in her masculine or strong orientation of her masculine energetic projecting outward in relationship and in the world. It's that he is clear that he wants to be in his masculine pole, and in his romantic partnership, in his intimacy, he craves a woman that is embodied in her feminine and owns that. So that he doesn't like it, it's just that he's clear on what he wants. What are your thoughts on this?
And I'm telling you, black men are responsible for her being masculine because we have not helped her raise them children.
I am
and
not.
when I say help them raise them children, I don't mean you as the stepdad.
No, yeah,
I mean you as an active member in the community. She got masculine because she had to become masculine in order to deal with the rape, the abuse, the domestic violence, the disappointments that men had in her life, and also raising those kids and having to take care of herself all at the same time. The black woman has been the be-all, end-all in our community for half of a century, and now we want to turn around and say because she didn't do it perfectly enough or remain feminine enough when she had to absorb our responsibility responsibilities plus her own that's insensitive and disingenuous.
A lot of men are complaining about modern women having masculine energy. But the truth is, y'all will use a woman for everything that she has and still expect her to be soft and feminine. No woman is gonna be able to embrace her feminine energy if she constantly feels uneasy with you. If she's in survival mode and has to do it all herself, and you aren't doing your part as a man, you will never get the best version of her.
As a woman that's usually deemed masculine when it comes to conversations, because dudes don't like when women have an opinion for some odd reason, I think that two things can be true at once. I think that it can be a world that says, you know, we don't need men, but we want men. And I think that it's a world that exists for SD where it's a super soft-spoken and feminine woman that's just there to do whatever daddy says.
Yes,
Daddy.
Not daddy,
I'm sorry, daddy says. And cooks dinner and gives him the wherever he wants and anytime. And that's great. But I just think that instead of demonizing each world, we should just have a conversation about it. So with you, that's cool. You don't have to want to fuck a bitch like me. My husband want to fuck a bitch like me.
Women who are in their masculine attract feminine men, and then they're disappointed when they don't have the security. I was that woman, right? You realize, well, why isn't he supportive of me? And why isn't he taking care of me? And why is it always up to me to do? Well, I presented myself as that. I presented myself as a can-do woman, right? So you can do mommy things, right? I'm the caller, I'm the person who's planning this, I'm taking care of that. And you realize you're so exhausted and you're not fulfilled. And maybe you can start off there, but certainly it doesn't have longevity and consistency built into it, because eventually your femininity will cry out.
You will always be too masculine for a man that's not much of one. Because the only reason he's calling you masculine for having your own dreams, ambition, being assertive, and being a leader in your own right is because he's questioning his. Maybe he don't know how to lead. And the fact that you do makes him feel insecure. So when you are doing things like being assertive or following your dreams or getting money, that makes him feel smaller. Because the world has told him that if he ain't got that, then he ain't much of a man. It bruises his ego when you are right. When it hurts me as that man that don't know how to be vulnerable or transparent, don't know how to understand my own emotions, I'm getting hurt by the fact that you are triggering my insecurities as a man and my lack of confidence in my own masculinity, and you're not validating it by acting weaker. I'm going to try to hurt you back by calling you masculine. Because I've learned, won't nothing hurt a woman like calling her a man. You will always be too masculine for a man that's not much of one. And y'all be letting these unqualified niggas make you question yourself. Am I masculine? Am I?
Black American women are the most masculine women on earth. And so
I wish that y'all would just come out and own your weakness. Stop acting like black women are the problem, when in reality, you have the mentality of the 98-pound weakling in the room. You have no heart. You have no backbone. Clearly, you have no integrity. And on top of all of that, you're ignorant. I find you weak and disgusting. And these are the same dudes that complain and talk about how women should be submissive. For what? Why? To who? You? Please. You see, you're the type of people that have never really had to work or earn anything. Most likely, it was either handed to you or you lucked into it. And as a result, you think women should be submissive to you just based on the very nature of your existence. But you haven't proven that your existence is worth anything. So what I'm about to say next is primarily for the men, especially the brothers. So listen, men, and especially young men. We are often concerned with power dynamics in relationships. It's just the way that we have been taught and brought up and raised in a society. But if you look up the definition of power, the first definition is power is the ability to act. There are different ways in which we can act. We can act in a way that's destructive and misuse our power, or we could act in a way that's beneficial. We can adapt. Adaptation is in and of itself an act. It is power. You can act to overcome obstacles and challenges. We can use our power to overcome obstacles. But I'm not talking about black women being an obstacle, being a challenge. The challenge is within us, to change our mentality, to adjust how we think, to overcome the obstacle that is you. Focus on doing that first. Then all this dumb nonsense that y'all put at the feet of black women, or women in general, will most likely just fade away. Because then you'll have adjusted. So in other words, get help for this toxic ass mentality. This shit's not good for you. Do better. Be better. Part of finding the right person is becoming the right person. And if you have this type of mentality, I can tell you, you're not the right person.